on Facebook and YouTube for what is normally an episode of the old Tackle Talk Tuesday, but now it's a Tackle Talk Wednesday.
Hey, look, man. Work gets busy, and you lose track of days, and it's like, let's just do it tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I
Let's
was totally like I was not prepared.
to be brutally honest, yeah, let's just do it tomorrow. So, dude, I did not realize that
Uh,
the advertisement we made was misleading because those people are not going to be on the show. We're just talking about the all the drama. And I gotta say, like, man, I got a lot of respect for all those people. So I don't want to like. We're not choosing sides. We're just bringing you the news. If you don't know, because it's been so much drama in the bass fishing community lately that you know. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's one person in there that I don't really care for, but the rest of them I have a lot of respect
mhm.
for. So. I'm not going to say which one. I
What's
threw
up,
Randy
Adam?
Blockett on the thumbnail just because Randy Blockett is drama. But I like Randy Blockett. I'm one of those rare people that actually I like Randy Blockett. I watch all his stuff, dude. I have a lot of respect for him, and I actually agree with a lot that he says, man. And like if we're talking about this drama that's going on in bass fishing, I mean, one of the main things is Hank Parker put out a video agreeing with Randy Blockett as well. Not only Hank Parker, a couple pros
Yeah,
agree with his opinion, and I gotta say it, dude.
I
Like
think
I
there's
always,
more pros that agree with him that than don't.
I agree. I mean, look,
Personally,
I was on the fence, like always being like, well, maybe, and no, I agree with him. Of course, my opinion doesn't matter that much, but I'm choosing that. I'm not choosing that side because it doesn't really matter what side I go with. But I agree with them, man. Like, where does it end? Like, this is getting retarded. Retarded's a bad word. This is getting ridiculous with the way bass fishing is going and forward facing sonar. But that ain't nothing compared to the rest of the drama that's going on right now. I mean, it's getting. But dude, you want to know something interesting? Johnny Schultz from Fish the Moment, who has had that YouTube channel for years, that's been teaching us uh, side imaging, down imaging, and 2D sonar. He was like, none of that matters anymore. Everything I learned in last, he was like, all you need is forward facing sonar. You know where a good spot is? You just go there, drop your trolling motor, see if they're there. And even him, who I consider to be like one of the best guys with electronics in the game, one of the best YouTube channels to learn electronics, even he's like, I don't even know anymore. He did a podcast with Matt Steffen, and basically his whole opinion, he was like, I don't even know, dude. Like I don't even know anymore. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous.
it's
So
just the same back and forth with forward facing sonar.
yeah, yeah, that ain't nothing compared. I don't know what situation you want to talk about first, because there's a lot of them. But I would say maybe like how about we talk about the Brian New
That's
situation?
kind of what I was thinking. And this is the Bass Opens.
Yeah, I believe it was open on Santee Cooper.
Yeah, Santee.
Yeah, and what happened was Andrew Upshaw had marked some fish on a bed, and when he went back there, Brian New was fishing for certain fish that Andrew Upshaw had marked. So, and Brian New didn't catch the fish, and there was another angler, another pro angler back there as well. Uh, and so what happened was Brian New didn't catch the fish, so he ran over the bed back and forth with his trolling motor and kind of destroyed the bed. And Andrew Upshaw saw him do it, and this was a fish that Andrew Upshaw had marked and he wanted to fish for. So he reported Brian New, right? So if you watch Andrew Upshaw's video, Andrew's kind of like, he was kind of like this about it, and then he was like, it didn't sit right with me. And then he was like, after thinking about it and talking to other people and all, I reported him. Like he admits it, like straight up, like I'm the guy that reported him. And when he did, Brian New did get DQ'd for doing it, and Brian New did admit that he did it. But then he kind of like put Andrew Upshaw on blast on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
saying like, he reported me, and this is the reason I got DQ'd, and I didn't know I was doing anything wrong, and all this. So them two started to get into a little back and forth. And the whole situation, though, I like Brian New a lot, and I'm a big fan. But I would say Andrew Upshaw probably was correct. What do you think?
I think Andrew Upshaw was right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
If you
just
see
think
something,
even whether you knew whether it was against the rules or not, it's just kind of shitty.
yeah, it's kind of a dick move a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's just kind of a dick
Yeah,
move. I'm just like, eh.
but
Like
Brian New
either
don't seem
way,
like
I'm just
that
kind of
guy.
think it was dumb.
Yeah, it was kind of like a dumb thing to do. Yeah, but he doesn't seem like that guy. Like I don't think Brian knew, and I think Brian knew even put in his defense on his post, he even put like it was a dumb mistake. I wasn't thinking or something like that. To the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like he was just like blatant, like no, screw y'all. Like like if you saw me cheating, Chad, and you reported me, like I did something, I broke a rule, whether I knew it was correct or not, and you reported me, I want to like put you on blast on Facebook. Like, oh, Chad freaking said I did this. You know what I mean? Well, I'll just call you up and we just talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'll be like, I understand why you did what you did. So that was kind of like the shitty part in that whole situation with them too. So hopefully they become friends again and they get past it and all that because stuff happens, man. You know, stuff happens. You know, never mind. Then there was the boat wreck that we talked about before, with the guys blatantly talking about how they were going to
Mm-hmm.
run when they're not supposed to run, and then one boat ran over the other boat.
Is our video on Facebook all glitchy and nasty looking?
I don't know. We got any comments or anybody
Yeah, we got
watching?
people watching. Does everything?
Yeah.
Because my Facebook screen, when I'm looking at it for the comments, it just looks terrible. But I
I
don't
don't
know if
have it
it's
up
my
on mine.
computer or if it's.
I know our buddy Matt Herron said he was going to be tuning in. He actually
Oh,
thought
okay.
that we had like those guests live.
Everybody says it looks good, so it's just my computer screen. Apparently, my computer is not.
It's just you, man. I
It's
wonder if
just me,
anybody
dude.
has any opinions on the Brian New, Andrew Upshaw.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like, so imagine you're sitting there trying to fish beds, and then some guy maybe moves up to fish a bed, and then just decides to turn it up and just blow mud all over like the bed area that you're fishing, and just like murk it up. Whether it was against the rules or not, honestly, that's like I think that's super shitty and unsportsmanlike.
That's what the DQ was, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, very unsportsmanlike. I totally agree with the DQ. And man, I hope the dude doesn't do anything crummy like that again. Like I don't even know why that would cross your mind in the first place. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Brian? Steven, Charles, Adam, Dan in the house. Sorry, I haven't been commenting. We got Little John, Frank, Zach's up in here. Appreciate it, guys. Hit that like and that share button for me, fellas.
Dude, we didn't
Ladies,
even get into
ladies
the
and gentlemen, hit the like and the share button. Help bring some more people in here. Help us grow. Um, yeah.
Oh, before I forget, Chad, before we got on, was talking to our buddy Matt Herron. He just had surgery. He said he's
Yes.
doing well, man. Hey, Matt, man. Uh, prayers with you, dude. I didn't even have any idea that was
What's up,
going
Matt?
down, man. But man, so glad you're doing all right, man. Hope you win some elite series this year and show them that a power fisherman can still do it, man. Punch those forward facing sonar guys. That's just my opinion.
Dude, the sun's no joke, dude.
Yeah, man.
The
Yep.
sun's no joke.
No,
Definitely take care of yourself and wear sunscreen, wear long sleeves, you know,
dude.
sun hats.
One time I went out. It's like
Frank says
freaking
free James Watson.
yes. Oh, we're getting to that, dude. Yes, I think everybody's on James Watson's side on that. But
Oh
we
yeah.
we gotta save that for later. We can't jump right into that one just yet because there's so many other ones going on, dude. It's crazy. because there's the Michael O'Neill and Adrian Avena apparently got into it as well. There's not much information you can find on this, but apparently I believe it might have been Redcrest that Adrian Avena rolled up on Michael O'Neill, and they got into all you can find on about that is JT Kenny talking about it got spicy. That's all he says. It's like he's like I'm not gonna get into it, but things got spicy.
It's not my business to put out there, but it was
Yeah.
interesting.
So apparently something happened with them. So if anybody knows any information, like I don't even know what happened now with them. Then you got the Hank Parker having Randy Blockett. Hank Parker straight said, and don't get me wrong because I'm on their side. Hank Parker straight said, like I agree with
Hey,
Randy
Jim,
Blockett.
thanks for joining, brother.
He said he 100% agrees with Randy Blockett, and that forward facing is killing the sport. I believe that it was Mark Menendez. Mark Menendez came out with a video too, agreeing as well. Agreeing. Like this is some that's they don't straight up say it like we can say it, but I can say it. It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Basically what they're saying. And I agree with them, to be honest.
I do too.
Froze up, brother. Oh, there you go. You're moving again. So that and then God, do we really want to well, as everybody knows, James Watson got suspended from Major League Fishing for what, 2 years?
Yeah. Rob has a good comment. Rob Steiner.
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time on the flats. Dudes idle and run in front of you on the grass. You should always give 50 plus yards to move out of the area. My favorite is the idiot that runs through 10, 15 boats right in the middle of them. Yep.
Yeah, but Rob, you know what happened, dude, was
All too common.
yeah, but people had said that about this whole situation. They had said that, I accidentally have ran over beds. But what he did was put his trolling motor and went back and forth across the bed like this, right then left and right then left over top the bed, not even just accidentally ran over a bed he didn't know was there. So Andrew Upshaw's point was like he knew a bed was there and he blatantly tried to mess the bed up on purpose. That's the story. I don't know. I'm actually a Brian New fan, so I like Brian New. He's a shallow water power fisherman. I like Andrew Upshaw too, man. The hybrid hunter. It's a whole story with Andrew Upshaw, man. But the hybrid hunter. Hey, look, man, you want a good sneaky little bait? The hybrid hunter. Man, so
I still can't figure out why my entire Facebook screen is like glitching out.
I don't know, dude. I need to bring the comments up because I can't see any comments, dude.
Frank says it's all about the money on the MLF deal. It's just an excuse to cut to 50.
Right. That's how it all started.
Yep.
Frank's right. That's how it started. That's what pissed James Watson off. And then James went on Luke Duncan's, and all he did was tell the truth and how he felt, and they fined him $10,000.
Yep. And Jim says there's no respect anymore because there's no consequence for the actions.
That's also James Watson said.
Unless you're somebody that, I mean, like.
James Watson said a couple of them people that well, I won't say y'all, but a couple people that are so great failed some polygraph tests with no repercussions and got the fish in the top 10, and he got put out because if they failed the polygraph test, they put him out. He'd been fishing it instead of them, but they just let it slide. This is the craziest thing, right? So the people that ran over the boat in the Toyota series, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people that blatantly talked about they're going to run the no wake zone, and then they get in a boat accident. So they got suspended for a year. James Watson got suspended for 2 years for just saying something.
For having a fishing boat docks hat.
He got suspended longer than they did. They ran each other over and like blatantly broke the rules, and they get suspended from fishing for a year, and he gets a 2-year suspension. Basically, destroyed his career because he was just pissed that like they ain't doing stuff right. Man, that's just weird, man. It's weird, dude. It's fishing boat docks.
Fishing
It could
boat
have stand.
docks.
What else could it stand for, dude? I have no idea. Fishing boat docks, man. That's what it stands for. It couldn't stand for never mind. Fishing boat docks. Fuck Joe Biden. Oh no, that don't make there's no J. If gas prices go up one more time, I'll kill somebody, dude.
Straight up.
We should make a FJB hat, dude.
There's plenty of them out.
Yeah, FJB. This fucker. Well, let me watch my language, dude. We may have kids. We may have some youth watching. Little Bradley's like full grown now, dude. He sent me some pictures. He went out on the GP catching like these 3 and 4 pounders, and
I
sending me
hope that
pictures.
doesn't stop the broadcast. I literally have to exit out of this. Hang on.
All right. It didn't stop anything. I can still see you just fine.
I mean, you can see me, but I don't know if they can still see the stream.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
This
Look, I
thing's
used to
being
have
wet.
money. Now I got fishing lures.
Plenty of them out.
Yeah,
There we go.
we back on.
Yeah. Man, that was freaking weird.
So then you got we got any comments yet before we get into more of it? Because I don't tell everything before we can give people a chance to
Frank
I want
says,
to hear their opinions and comments.
let's see. If Boyd Duckett came right out and was honest about cutting the field, it would have been accepted, but how he did it sucked.
Yeah,
If I
he
owned
should
a
have said that
BD
in
rod, I'd break it
2019.
into pieces.
He should have said it in 2019. Like, I don't know. I don't know how, like, I don't know. It's weird how they do things over there. It's very weird.
Yes.
Like, seriously, how you suspend the guys who got in a boat accident for a year, with James Watson for 2 years. Like, his crime was worse. That doesn't even make sense.
All he did was make a cool hat.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I did hear an interesting story. No, I don't want to talk about that on the air. No, I'll talk about that on air. And then you got, so then Florida Fishing Radio gets on there and kind of took Boyd Duckett's side, kind of. Not exactly. Was kind of like in between on things. But he did mention Luke Duncan, and Luke Duncan heard it. So then next thing you know, Luke Duncan had
Chiming
something to
in.
say about he had something to say about it's get your fish on, but it's like Florida Fishing Radio. I think the guy's name might be Steve. I think that's what he got in trouble for because like I think the guy's name is like Luke Duncan. Oh no, I know his name's Luke, and then like that pissed Luke Duncan off. And then Luke Duncan said something about him, and then Florida Fishing Radio came back hard, dude. Like, oh my god, watch that video. He's like, I ain't scared of you.
I got to get fully caught up on all the different stuff between,
It's
because
too
these
much.
podcast things that they do, they're like a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah, it's too much to keep up with. Honestly, it's a bunch of really, honestly, it's a bunch of bull crap, dude.
Yeah. Oh
It's a,
yeah.
yeah, it's just a bunch of bull crap,
Yep.
But it keeps you entertained, I guess. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's interesting. It's definitely something to keep up on in the fishing community.
Well, you know what's even cooler? Travis Pastrana fished with Scott Martin. That's cooler to me. Did you hear me? Because
Travis
you're a dirt
Pastrana
bike
fishing
guy.
with Scott Martin is cooler.
How
I fully agree.
I think they finished like fourth or fifth, and like they have like this in the Bassmaster Classic. They have like this celebrity where like a pro fisherman fishes with a celebrity. I think
Travis
Randy
Travis said
Moss
that
was one of them.
yeah, Randy Moss. Travis has said he had never like fished before.
Well, then Scott Martin caught all the fish. I guess I don't know what put them on
I
some
mean, I
fish.
have no idea. I'm just saying.
Uh, but dude, they finished pretty good in it from what I've seen. I know they were in like the top 10. Of course, now I do not know for a fact there might have only been 10 people. Like I don't know how many people are in this field, But I mean, I think they did pretty well. But how cool fishing with Travis Pastrana, Maryland, Annapolis, uh, X Games winner. I don't know, probably maybe the most dominating person on the motor sports in the X Games. One of the
Um,
world's top guys.
while I'm
I
think
don't go ahead.
while I'm thinking about Robbie, I just want to say that tonight's live stream is brought to us by Mobile Auto Solutions and the Boat Pros.
I don't see it down there, dude.
You don't see it; it's on Facebook though.
Okay.
It's brought to you by Mobile Auto Solutions and the Boat Pros. They come to you, fix your car, fix your boat, diagnose your outboard, service all your motors, good service. And then also, East Coast IV, located in Belcamp. It's the relief that comes to you after a long day, after sports. You're really dehydrated. You sweated it all out. You went on a bent. You went out with the boys the night before. You got a little toasty, and you're feeling it. You can go to East Coast IV, or if you really are feeling it and you can't get out of bed, East Coast IV will come to you and they'll give you an IV bag and get you feeling right. Um, and it's also a service that I've used before, and I like it. I didn't personally use it. Phoebe used it, but it was a really good service, and I recommend it.
And hydration is extremely important, dude.
Very, oh, very.
I had started to say earlier. One time I went out, it was like 100 degrees, dude, and I'm out fishing, and my dumb ass didn't take nothing but 2 or 3 beers with me. I didn't feel right for like 3 days after that, dude. It took me like 3 days to start feeling right again.
It's one of the positives, and one of the reasons that we kind of partnered up was, as you know, tournament anglers are going to go out. They're going to be out on the water for extended periods of time throughout hot summer days. Obviously, you have to continue to drink and maintain your fluid levels, but being juiced up on an IV bag the night before definitely helps to uh, further how long you can go and how you're feeling throughout the day.
Yeah, dehydration is no joke. My father had a couple heat strokes because he did roofing. He was old school too. He did old school roofing,
Hey,
like up
Bunky,
there with the hammer. So,
thanks for joining,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, the hydration is extremely important, man, in the summer heat. I mean, not right now because it rains every freaking day, dude. Will it stop raining? Freaking please. How the hell am I supposed to get my boat done? It freaking pour down raining every.
Can he's he pulled it out. He can't hear. He can't figure out how to get his headpiece back in. Oh, and like the comments are pouring in. I do like Frank's comment. Frank says, I like how the anglers that are getting the shaft are able to come out on social media and they're able to voice their opinions on the matters now after they get the shaft. I think that's cool. Um, Bassmasters with NASCAR did not see that. Zachary says, I hate minor league fishing. Weirdest thing I've seen is a owner in the competition making rash decisions every time you turn around to benefit the. There you go, Rob. Can't hear you. Your mic is red. It needs to be green. Might have to turn it on. There it is.
I understand. I heard you the whole time, dude. I pulled it out. I got so mad about.
And it's off.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. Yep, there you are.
Turning pink and all kinds of stuff. I got so mad about the rain, I pulled it right out. It ain't nothing but like a little USB thing. I just can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it to plug in. It was giving me all kind of trouble, dude. I don't know.
Frank says,
It,
get this man a longer cord.
yeah, I gotta get a longer cord, Frank. You ain't lying, dude. I'm pulling microphones out the
Or
headset.
wireless.
This is supposed to be wireless, but every time I unplug it, it dies. Like I don't. I guess it don't charge no more, dude. It's not a cheap headset at all, dude. You're probably familiar with the logo. Let's see.
Not sure. Maybe Astro,
Nah,
Razor,
it's like Razer, like
Razor.
Corsair or something. Yeah, it's like a good gaming headset that my son gave me.
Hey, what's
But
up, Matt? Got
man,
Matt Downs and Matt Newberger on here. Uh, Weather permitting, I'm hoping to definitely get out this weekend if the weather lets us do it.
me too. Matt just sent me my final hatch that I needed. If it ever stops freaking raining,
We were on the phone
I'll be done.
yesterday, and then you were like, Maria, is that my package from Matt at the front door?
It was too. It arrived yesterday. I was talking to Chad, and I seen the UPS driver pull up, and I was like, "Yes!" I was like, "I think my hatch is here," and it was the hatch, but unfortunately, it rained, dude. It rained like hell today, dude. It
He's
was
like,
crazy.
look out the window. Is it a big box?
That's exactly what I said. It looks like it's the size of a hatch for the boat. Dude, speaking of that, I see Matt posted a video up today. He's selling King Neptune. The video is up.
King Neptune for sale.
I think
Not,
I shared it on my Facebook. So
I'm not sure what he's got it for sale for, so I'm not going to
I
say a
believe
price. But
20K. I believe it's
20?
negotiable, but he's looking to get close to 20K for it, which is very worth it, dude. It's probably got freaking more than that just in modifications. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
Little John's asking if he missed a giveaway. No, you did not miss a giveaway. We have been working on. So we've been working on getting the money together for our giveaways that we have planned for the rest of the season, and that money should be to us very soon. And as soon as I get that, I will be going up to Susquehanna Fishing Tackle to get the stuff for our first giveaway, and then I will announce it. But I haven't decided if I'm going to show what's in the giveaway box or if I'm going to make it a surprise. Part of me, what do you guys think I should do? If you guys are watching right now, do you guys want to see what I'm going to put in the giveaway box, or do you want me to make it a surprise? Because I kind of want to show you because it's just going to make you want this box so bad.
If you want my opinion, I say let's see what's going to be in the box. I
Yeah.
agree that it's going to make people want it more because I know you're not buying. It's not going to be freaking. Never mind. I don't want to put any companies down, but it's not going
First,
to be
first
nothing.
three, first three comments. Surprise pack. Next comment. Keep it a secret. Next comment.
Okay,
Don't
well there you
show
go.
anything.
There you go. It's going to be a bunch of Zoom worms then. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man,
Uh,
but you guys all know. So here's the deal. If I do a surprise pack, you guys got to do a little unboxing when you win. You win the box, you have to do a small unboxing and show everybody for us what you got in the box.
Yeah, or send us the video so
Yep.
we can post you unboxing it up on the site.
And
And you could be up on the site and the YouTube and the Facebook unboxing the box and a reaction video, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I can promise you, if you know me, if you know Paul, if you know Rob, uh, no offense to Tony. Tony's a little bit on the cheaper side.
Rusty hooks.
Tony, I love you, brother.
Me too, dude.
Um, if you know me, Paul and Rob, man, we don't go cheap, dude. We do good lures, like a lot of JDM stuff. Put that away. Um, and yeah, you can definitely expect to have good baits that we fully trust and that we recommend in these boxes. Plastics we recommend in these boxes with assorted hooks to go with these plastics. We're gonna get you guys hooked up. So let's go. And Matt in the comments says 20K, $500 for a finder fee. Um,
Oh, I'm gonna find somebody tomorrow for you, Matt. Got
yep.
you. I'm saying no, no, fuck
Finder
that.
fee
Can't.
for a seller at full price and $100 finder fee if negotiated.
There we go.
There it
Look at that.
is.
Yeah, can't beat that. I mean, it's fully
Bass and
wrapped.
Beer Radio, everybody. If you know somebody that wants a sick John boat, Matt Downs from Trick Tins is selling King Neptune
Yeah,
20,000. This is the one right here. That's the one. If you ever wanted to buy the sickest John boat of your entire life, if this was the boat you were going to buy and you were going to fish this boat for a good long time, and it is built to last for a good long time, this is the boat to buy.
Not only that, but I believe Matt, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I know I'm not, but it's rhetorical. But he's like, if you ever had any problems with the boat, man, you can hit me up. You know what I mean? I can help you out. Like, and he's a man of his word, and trust me, I know for a fact that you
Matt's a
hit
good
Matt
dude.
up.
Matt's a
Yeah,
very good
yeah,
dude.
yeah. He's a good dude, man. He's not out to rip anybody off or anything like that, man. You're getting a solid deal. It's fully
No,
wrapped,
you are in absolutely
LED,
no way,
all
shape, or
aluminum.
form. This boat is worth every penny.
Yeah, it's
Every
worth
penny.
more.
This is a very,
Twice.
very fair price boat. For
Right.
the amount of work and framing and material and labor that has gone into this and what this boat is capable of for what it is worth every single penny.
Oh, that's 20,000 just in labor, dude. I'm sure. It's all welded. It's all aluminum. It's all welded. It's insane. His work is insane, dude. It's just, uh, it's on another level, dude.
It's
It's
on a
on another
different level.
level.
It is absolutely on a
It
different level.
certainly is not the kind of work I did on my boat because I just don't have the skills to do what he does. Oh no, mine's coming out pretty good, man. It's coming out good, but it ain't on that level at all. You know, it's not on that level at all. Mine's like my boat is like the guy that ran the boat into the Key Bridge
hmm
built it. I'm just
So,
kidding.
not to get back like super off track again, but just again, the first giveaway that we're going to be doing once we have all this assorted is going to be for our 1,000 follower giveaway. We're at 1,300 followers now. It's past due, and I can promise you that this first giveaway box is going to be stacked. It's
Yeah.
just going to be stacked, dude. It's going to be a fat bag.
Can we get a hint? OSP, Megabass,
I mean,
like
there might
what?
be some Mega Bass, there might be some OSP, some
Depths.
Jackall. Obviously, there might be some Gary in there. I like a little bit of Gary.
Yeah.
Um,
So, a little
Another thing
scat.
that I'm gonna do, I'm a
Don't.
big fan. Wait, don't you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
I did. I shut up, dude. I shut up,
You
man.
shut up.
I did.
you just-
Oh
you
boy.
can buy anything else but that.
If you scat in the box, dude, I don't want it.
It's not gonna be what you want in the box.
Oh boy.
Um,
Uh,
we got a couple glides question mark. Man, there is a possibility for sure. There could be one in the first box. There will definitely be one in boxes after. I can promise you that there will be glide baits put into some of these boxes.
after the 2,000 subscriber mark,
Maybe
you
once we
think
get to that 1,500 mark,
1,500?
we'll do a big glide bait giveaway,
I'll pitch in.
and we got the funds to do. We could, if we wanted
Oh,
to
that's
do,
right.
we
I
could
don't
do
have to pitch in.
one nice glide bait,
Or like one of our friends'
like
baits
a
or
bull
something.
shad, trick shad,
That's I
maybe.
wasn't gonna say that. That's why I said one of our friends.
No, I'm
You
just
know,
saying. I'm just saying.
I mean,
We get the right funds together. We can make that happen.
we know the guy. Yeah, we know the guy to talk to about
Doesn't
that.
matter. I'll pay the man full price. I'm just saying.
I don't. He's selling a boat right now too, as well.
Matt Down says the giveaway box needs some trick tin stickers. 110%.
Hell,
Throw some business cards in there too.
dude, Matt, I still have some of your stickers, man. I still gotta send. I gotta send Keith Carson a package still. I've been slacking on that one. Because I mean, dude, I come home and I try to work on the boat, or it's like raining, and I'll try to be like, so I've been slacking a little bit. I do got to get a package out to Keith Carson, though. I'll put some Trick 10 stickers in that as well. I think Matt jumped on there with us when we had Keith on the show, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so. And was that the one when we had Phil on? Is Phil Givens on?
No, Yeah, it was Matt and Phil came on
Yeah,
after Keith
after.
Carson signed off, I do believe.
Is Phil on now?
I have not seen Phil on here tonight.
He's got a show tomorrow night, right?
Phil, if you're on here, like and share the show.
He will.
Oh,
He will if he's on here,
I
dude.
know he would.
Is he? I think he has a show tomorrow night, but I missed who the guest was. But I plan on tuning in and watching it, dude. Dude, Matt just did this. Did you see that little 14-foot boat? Dude, Matt just did this. Did you see that little 14-foot boat or whatever? Like with the console? That thing is like, dude, I
Little
want one of
little
those.
Gibbons media up in here.
Looks like you just be
Little Trick
jumping stuff in the
Tins
river.
official boys.
Dude, but yeah, so much drama in bass fishing. Do we got any comments
East
that
Coast IV.
riverboat Rob? Everybody already. Oh boy.
Taylor Lures. I'm tagging them all. Bass Munitions, all up in the house. Click
Yeah,
those links. Go support the people that support us. Hit the follow buttons. Hit the like buttons. Go to their page. Buy some of their products. We don't advertise what we don't like. That's all I'm saying.
that's very true, man. The people that we advertise, we deal with for our needs,
We've been dealing with them for 2 years. They're
right
products that we've
or
been
longer.
using.
Yeah, yeah. But me and Evan
Yeah,
won the
or
tournament.
longer.
Me and Evan won a Thursday night on UMA. So that's
Jim,
all
I
I'm saying.
appreciate it, man. We'll definitely shoot you a message and we'll talk. We'll talk. That sounds awesome.
What else we got going on, Chad? You want to
See,
talk about more of this drama? I'm sure people got some kind of comments.
Frank
Oh,
says, "Let's just fish." Hashtag FBD.
yeah, yeah, dude.
Ah, man, dude, there's just a lot of people on board.
Fish boat docks.
Fish boat docks.
That's what it means, dude. So that's the weird part because he did that to avoid any kind of, but he used Duckett's logo, so it was obvious what it meant. But I mean, they can't prove that's what it
So,
meant. He was like, it means fish boat docks.
real quick, before we keep on going on, let's do a little recap real quick. We talked about some fish boat docks. We talked about James Watson. We talked about what happened with him making the hats. We talked about Luke Duncan and some of the beef that went on between these podcasts, um, which I'm still a little bit cloudy on, to be totally honest with you. There's a lot in these.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about Brian New getting disqualified for stirring up silt and mud over fish beds and for unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think it was one bed. I think it was just one bed
One
that he
bed.
did it. Yeah, I think it was just one bed that he did it on.
But we both agreed to it. And I think a lot of people agreed that I definitely, I think the ruling was true. I like it.
Yeah, I agree on that one too. I think Andrew Upshaw did the right thing on that one, and that's nothing. That's not to take anything away from Brian New because I like Brian New and all. I guess I don't know. It was just a dumb mistake,
Yo.
man. Like you don't do that, you know.
Chris. So I got my buddy Chris is in the comments right now. Chris,
I gotta
forgive me
bring
if
the
I say your
comments up
last
here.
name wrong. Chris Groff. Chris Groff. So he went out fishing with Victor Depp from Fish Everything, and I don't know where it was. I don't know if they were. Let us know. You don't have to tell us where you were because I mean this was just insane. But if you know if you
I think I saw that big fish.
yeah, dude, 8-8.
Yeah, I saw
Eight
that,
eight.
dude.
So Victor
That's a
and Chris went out. Um, Victor and Chris went out and they were throwing fish everything glides is what I believe they were throwing, or they could have been throwing other baits that Victor makes. And dude, they just had a day. Um, I can't remember the exact weights off the top of my head, but I think for 6 fish they would have been like 32 pounds or something like that. I think they were 28 pounds for 5. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought I just closed you out. I can't see the damn comments for crap,
I
dude.
think it was 28 pounds for 5 that they had. A couple sevens, and then So it was a fishing trip 2 days in a row too, where they had multiple sixes and sevens. Chris, did you break your PB 2 days in a row?
Wow.
Six fish for over 40.
Damn. On big swim baits on Victor's
Yeah.
baits or
Five
yeah.
fish for 34.11. Oh my gosh,
God
dude.
dang, dude.
What?
Mm. Can you imagine? Where'd they go? I missed it, Chad. I was
Bro, so Chris, um,
that wasn't
the
here in
golf,
Maryland,
but
right?
no, I can't. Chris, where did you guys go fishing at? He's not going to tell us that. I don't expect him to
Okay,
tell us
was
that
it in
after that
Maryland?
fishing day
Really, all I want to know.
whatsoever.
Really, all I want to know.
But
It
dude,
wasn't
he
here,
he
right?
broke his PB 2 days in a row, dude. So
Can
like
you
the
imagine?
first day it was like a 7-4 or something like that, and like they had a hammer bag, and then the next day, which was Easter, so he says it was a reservoir. It was one of the reservoirs.
Around here?
In the general area, yeah.
Oh
I don't know
wow.
if it was Lock,
Dang. Hey,
Piney,
look, I don't need to
Rocky.
know all
I don't
that.
know. I don't know where it was. It was a
I was just
reservoir
curious
though.
if it was around here. That's all.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
definitely a res. Um,
dang. Mm.
so he has 7-7 Saturday and an 8-8 on Sunday, and I believe that was the two biggest fish for both days. Right? Just that's ridiculous.
I
That's
believe I.
crazy. Could you have 40 pounds for six fish? 30. What he said was
You don't have to say where. I just want to know if it was Maryland or not. That's all.
nah, it was
Because I know Victor's a local dude.
it might have been Virginia. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure though.
Yeah, that's all I was curious. He don't have to tell us the exact
34.11 for five. Do the
that
math.
shit. I can't. That's over 5 pound average. That's more than that. It's
It's
30.
that's way more. Yeah,
6 pound average.
that's
That
crazy.
sound right? Yeah, 6 pound average. All 6 pounders.
Yeah, exactly. Chris is the DMV.
There you go. That's all, dude. I don't even
That's
know
all
your
that
location.
matters, dude. That's
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
matters. Like I said, I am prying for information. Um,
Pretty sure I
freaking
seen it.
crazy day,
I might have been late, but I think I seen one of the videos today where they caught that real fat man. She was fat too, dude. Like real fat.
dude. This fish is massive. If I
I'm
had
pretty
the
sure I
time, I
liked
like.
the I liked the video on Facebook.
Hang
I'm
on,
pretty
like I
sure.
don't know if I can. I'm gonna try to send it to my email real quick so I can post it up.
Yeah, that thing was diesel, dude. Man, hey, it's that time. Hey, the big fish are starting to move up too. They biting. I don't think you're gonna catch. You're not catch them like that, but well, they are. I don't know if I will, but
Mhm.
smashed them, dude. Victor's always out smashing big fish. It seems.
For sure, he's
Yeah,
definitely he's got something dialed in.
yeah, he's definitely dialed in on something,
There's
dude.
no
He's
denying it.
on big glide baits. It seems like most of the time his own glide baits that he makes. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, hey, man, don't hate, congratulate. That's what I say.
Send. If I can
Let's
get this, I'll put it in here real quick.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. I saw it. I saw it earlier today. We got any other comments while you're doing that, Chad?
Mm, Let's say Chris says learned so much about how big fish eat this weekend. We got Jimmy on here says what's good, y'all. What's up, Jimmy? Thanks for joining.
What up,
Says they
Jimmy?
have zero worries. They just smash and sit. They don't smack it real hard and take off back to structure.
Yeah, with some of my bigger fish, I call it same thing. Like I'll set the hook, because I like flipping, right? So I'll set the hook, feels real solid, and I'll be like, "Am I snagged?" And then I'll be like, "Oh no, that's a fish." They just sit there. You don't like take off and run with it. I mean, I had some big ones that when they got up to the boat. I never caught none that big, for the record. My PB was almost 7 pounds. It was six. I can't remember now, six something. But I have caught like some 5 pounders that will be like that at first. Then when they get close to the boat, they'll start trying to run, try to run on the boat and that kind of thing. But Yeah, I don't know, man. You know when you hooked into a big one because it's just solid, like almost like you snagged something.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not going through right now.
It's a good video. I mean, it's on Victor's Facebook page. People can see it on a Victor Depp, Depp, I believe he spells his last name right.
Thanks, Matt. We appreciate you, dude. That is awesome.
What's up?
I'm trying to figure out, dude. I wish I could literally. I
You gotta
mean,
tell me
bro,
what's
like, hold
going
up,
on.
dude. Like, I'm gonna just put it up to the camera, bro.
There it
Like,
is.
look at this thing, dude.
Good lord, look at the stomach, dude. You know that was definitely pre-spawn. Damn. Oh
That's
yeah,
on
that's
the Fish
fish.
Everything glide. I think it's about a 7 to 8 inch glide bait.
Damn, dude.
That's an 8 pound, 8 ounce largemouth bass.
Mm.
Just an absolute monster.
You said
Good for
that's
you,
a
Chris, man. Awesome, dude.
you said that's like a 8 inch glide bait.
Yeah, I think it's about 8 if you go to the back of the thread on the tail.
The bait looks small compared to that fish. It doesn't look like an 8 inch glide bait because the fish is so big.
Oh, shit. I don't know if you see the shad tail at the bottom of his throat.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Damn. Greedy fish. That's what you get. Greedy bastard.
That is freaking
I see the
wild,
tail
dude.
sticking out. Looks just like the tail on the swim bait, don't it?
Yeah.
The two black fins like that.
Hey, very stoked for you guys, man. I'm glad you guys had a freaking hell of an Easter weekend. You guys went out there and tore it up. Um, that is awesome. Not
Oh.
something that you see too much out here, man. You really don't see. You don't see guys making bags like that. Like, honest, dude, that's like that could like historical. I don't know, man. Like,
That's why I asked were they in Maryland. That's why I was wondering
yeah,
like, is
like
that in
if
Maryland?
that's in Maryland, that's just like that's
Yeah.
historical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that needs to be documented. But yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
that's like a Victor Dorte bag or something like that, in that size bag, or like Upper Bay. Uh, dude, that's just a sack, dude. That's I don't even know what to say. I like I don't know what.
I got to
That's
get
a
a couple
sack.
fish everything glides.
That's a sack. Is that the name of Victor's glide bait? That well,
Yeah, the
he makes a
fish
bunch of
everything
different.
shad glide.
Yeah, I have to check him out, dude. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I'll be checking out his posts. Man, he be catching bigs all the time.
All the time. And the
Uh,
rockfish. Big on the rockfish, too.
dude, didn't Tom Over just catch a giant rockfish?
Big rockfish.
Yeah, what was that
Tom
thing like?
Over is like a fishing god. Like, nothing even surprises me anymore.
He's like, oh, by the way, look, I caught one this morning. It's like a 40-pound rockfish or something. Like, I don't even know how big it was, but it's just like, dang, Tom. I caught a giant rockfish one time on the GP, probably as big as that one. But I mean, Tom just catches big fish everywhere he goes, and every time he goes out. I caught one that big like one time in my entire life. You know what I mean?
I've seen both of the baits. The taxi shad is a pretty big bait. That's like an 11-inch bait, isn't it?
Is that another one? Victor swim bait,
Yeah, the
taxi
taxi
shad.
shad.
I got to check them
Or it
out,
was
dude.
a
I'm
taxi shad or a taxi trout, but it was like a big long thing.
I'm not a big swim bait guy, but I'm trying to get into it a little bit. I'm a flipper, man. I flip, man. I catch my 5 pounders, and, you know,
I hear you.
6 pounder here and there. I would like to try. I brought me a Chad shad, dude. I'm looking forward to throwing it actually, and I had some S waivers. I've been had those. I bought me a Chad shad, but I've never been a big swim bait guy. But I would like to want to try it out, man. We know Matt Herron. I don't know if Matt Herron's still on, if he's on. But his son makes glide baits as well. Tato Designs. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they got some nice glide baits as well. And of course, we know Buka, like everybody knows the Buka, the bull shad. You know,
So
and,
Matt says he's watching on YouTube on the Shop TV. Shout
oh,
me
there we
out
go.
if you guys want a sneak peek at the end of the show.
Matt Herron or Matt from Trick Ten. We know too many
Matt from
Matts.
Trick Tins.
Shit, man, bring them on. I'll be right back, Chad. I got a restroom break real quick. I'll be
I
right
hear you,
back.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We will definitely. I'll shoot you a link real quick, and I'm definitely trying to check out what you got cooking. You always got something interesting going on. Some of the most wild builds I've ever seen. The colorations, just the color schemes, everything put together, man. Some of these boats are just unfreaking real. Lil John, when you do your build, you should definitely look into Trick Tins. And Chris, we ought to we get Chris on the show. I'll send him a link. Get Chris on the show. Tell us about that day. Maybe here in a week or two. Mm. Is that a hater crankdown fish? That is. That's a big hater crankdown rockfish from Fish Everything. The baits do it all, man. They're catching everything out there. Looks like that was on the Susky as well. Could be wrong though. Dan, where are you going fishing, brother? Can't hear you, Robbie. Nope.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Now you're dead. Oh, Rob. I think it is Bluetooth, and that's the problem.
Can you hear me now?
There you are.
All right. I fuck. Pardon my French, dude. I'll give you $1 for the swear jar next time I see you.
Did you have a nice piss?
I well, I'm 50 years old, dude. There's no such thing as a nice piss when you're 50 years old.
Oh.
You'll understand when you get older, dude. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, so sorry for the technical difficulties, dude. Yep, I turned 50 this year, man. You believe that? Fuck, damn, dude. Where did the time go?
You want to try to see if Matt wants to jump up in here and show us what he's working on?
Dude, I got a feeling that we might get a little sneak peek at Project X. What do you think? I don't know what he's got in store, or
So
maybe
literally,
never.
as you say that, comment from Matt comes in. Project X is literally the best build on the planet. 5 months in, I'm working.
We got a sneak peek, but we can't say nothing. We're sworn to secrecy. We got a little sneak peek the other day, didn't we?
He says, just let me know about 20 minutes before y'all get done. Rob is having technical difficulties.
As usual.
As usual. Matt, we're
What?
ready for you whenever, brother. Let us know when you're ready in the comments and I'll shoot you the link.
I should change my name to Technical Difficulties. Oh man, dude. Wow, dude, can you believe honestly though to get back on the topic for a second while we're waiting for Matt, all the drama that's going on?
Yeah.
It's getting insane, man. Like what the heck's going Dude, you know what else I saw? There's a new rod out. Man, I can't remember who makes it now. I'm kick my own ass, but um um Fajita Ito, or however you say his name. Pardon me if I get that wrong. Um, $1,300 rod. We're not talking about with the reel either. Just the rod. A spinning rod. $1,300, dude,
Mm-hmm.
for one spinning rod. Ain't no way, man. Please, no way. Nope. No, I don't think so. I'll buy me a whole tin boat for $1,300, dude.
It looks like I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to leave the call. I'm gonna go back to main camera. We're gonna have to leave the call, and then I'm gonna have to make a different Skype thing for us to join in because it's not giving me another link right now. But that's all right. We'll get around that.
Is the way to keep everybody tuned in that's on, or you got to hang up completely and they got to join back in?
Jim, we'll talk to you about that. We'll take you up on it. He says when you're ready to hit headwaters, let me know. It's on me. Great show.
Oh man, I wish I could get down the headwaters. How awesome would that be? We got a buddy that goes down there, little Bradley, and his dad Tom. They
Mm-hmm.
fish it. They fish it a lot, man. You got to hook up with them. Put you in touch with them. But I know they've been there.
Their own
Little Brad,
headwaters a decent amount.
look, yeah, little Bradley's dad called his personal best down on
Mm-hmm.
headwaters there. But yeah, they fish it a lot, man. We got to put you in touch with them. They're down there a lot. They're both really good friends of the show, and local hammers that we
Mm-hmm.
fish a lot of derbies and stuff with, and really good guys. So we got to put y'all in touch with each other.
Poison Ultima.
Huh?
Oh, is that the swim bait rod you were using, Chris? Hmm. Yeah, I am ready for. I'm ready for Matt whenever Matt is ready.
Do you got to sign off still, and we got to sign back on, or like what's the
Yeah.
deal?
Chris says
Like,
I just got back from Headwater. If I never saw a breeze over 10 miles an hour, I would be happy.
I'm kind of confused on that. Hold on. I'm slow. So it was too windy, or it was not enough wind. If I never saw a breeze over 10 miles,
What's up,
I'm get
Paul?
I'm guessing it was too windy. Bringing Paul on too. Paul effing Batters just got back from Texas. Is that the Paul we're talking about? Bass and Beer
Mm,
Radio Paul?
oh, no.
You don't know?
No, no. I'm trying to figure out how to get. What?
Because I was like, is that Paul? Like our buddy Paul? Like Paul? And you're like, I don't know.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I haven't. It's, give me 1 second. I'm going to swap over to main camera and then restart a thing, and I'll send you the link, Rob, on your Facebook.
Got you.
All right, we're gonna go back to main camera. What's up, everybody? We're chilling at main camera for a minute. I'm sorry, it's kind of cloudy. It's kind of weird looking.
You look fine on this end, dude.
Hang on. Gotta go to over here to the Skype calls. Meet now. Host a meeting. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot my Facebook's being stupid, like not working for some reason. Come on. I can't wait to reset this computer after this. I have no idea why it's acting like this. It's unreal. Rob. Paste. And then Matt. go. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I'm getting back to it right now. We got Rob joining in right now.
Uh-oh. The hell just happened? Oh, there we go. All right.
And we're going to swap back over to scene 2 here. Here we go. Back at it with Riverboat Rob.
Dude, I seen it was like mad comments, dude.
Oh, we got a bunch of comments, dude.
Yeah, we gotta answer these comments, man.
Sorry for the delay, everybody.
People have voices they want to be heard, Chad. Uh-oh, got Matt. What up, Matt?
There he is.
What up? What up?
What up, man?
There he is.
I'll turn my TV down.
Oh, you had that's us on the TV, dude. I heard it.
Yeah.
That's what's up, Matt. What's good, brother?
What's going on, man?
How's it
Same.
going?
Same
Doing
old.
good.
Doing all right. Checking y'all out tonight. Just seeing what y'all is up to.
We looking to see if we getting a sneak peek at Project X is what we're wanting.
It's kind of
Oh,
blurry.
I see the green hatches, so that's it. I know it's it because
Yeah.
I see the lime green hatches.
You got your hash tonight?
I
today,
did.
Rob?
I got it yesterday, dude. I got it yesterday. It's been raining
Bro,
here every single day.
He was on the phone with me yesterday, and the guy delivered the box at his house, and he was like a kid on Christmas. He's like, Maria, he's like, is that my box? Is it a big box? Is that my hatch is it from Trick Tins? It's like,
I was like, I think my hatch is here. Yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
I got everything I need to finish, but now it won't stop freaking raining. It's not. I don't know if it's where you're at too, but it's been
It's
raining
nice right
here.
now, man.
Oh no, dude, it's like
It
freaking-
rained all day, like off and on, though.
If it was snow, we have like 2 blizzards. Like it's like insane how bad it's been raining. So I haven't been able to do any work, but I got everything to finish now, man. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get it done. If it ever stopped raining, Matt, you just turned sideways. Dude. There you go. Yeah. Are you gonna show off Project X, or you can't?
Yeah, I was trying to change the camera view. Can you see me now?
Yeah. See you real good. Oh, we could. There we go. Oh.
You see me now?
Yeah.
All right, you can see the boat.
oh, snap.
You got to walk us through it, man.
Dude, I was supposed to be going to Lake Gaston tonight with my family for spring break, but I couldn't do it because I had to finish this rig up. So I'm here working tonight. I'm going to be working the next 4 days. I was already off of work from the shop Thursday and Friday. So I'm just going to take those days to try to finish this build, man. But this thing's looking sick, man.
I don't think Matt ever stops working, dude. He don't take a break.
Man.
He don't take a break.
It's dope though. I know I showed you guys that turf. I might show y'all a little sneak peek of that, but this thing is so sick, man. I mean, it's just insane how much stuff he's got going in here. He's got all these iconic chargers. These are all the LED lights I got to put up into all the compartments. Probably gonna end up putting about 40 of these strung throughout all of the internal compartments.
40?
And it's so much stuff going in here, man.
Wow.
I like these Ionic batteries, though. If people are looking for batteries, like those are probably the best batteries that, in my opinion, you can get for your boat.
Matt, are those 12 volts or are those 24 volts? Like, what's the deal with the batteries?
All right, so most of the guys are running the 50 amp for the trolling motor, 2 of those for the trolling motor, and then like 100 or 125 amp for everything else in the boat. This boat actually has 3 of the 50 amps in it. 2 of them are just for the trolling motor. 1 is for the live scope. And then the other 125 is going to power everything else, all the graphs and all the electronics as far as LED lights and stuff. But
got you.
They're not cheap, but they're worth it. This is my favorite hatch right here. This one's cool. This is a little step hatch. It has a cooler in it.
Oh, nice. Keep your iced tea in there, Chad.
Yeah. Your bass and beer.
I
I just insulated that one with foam. I'm about to close this off, and I'm going to try to paint inside here. and then start putting all these hatches in here permanently. I figured out mostly all of the electronics that are going in here, but this hatch is pretty cool too. This one is split in half, so it's got storage on one side. I'm gonna turf inside of here, and then this one is for his electrical panel hatch. That thing is clean though.
That looks
Is that
sick.
the one that pulls out? Isn't
Yep.
there? Yeah, it's like you could put stuff. Yeah, look at that.
So you can get down to the pumps and stuff. I still got to hook all that up.
If you got to fix anything, though, it's access to it.
They're all ran. I just got to put some 5200 on them and seal them up. I'm getting ready to do that because we'll start hooking up all these wires in here. The only thing that's kind of slowing me up is this thing. This is the basically that's like the fill, the empty, and the recirculate. That's for the live well flow right system. And this thing has a hell of a cable on it. It's like a steel cable. So you don't have a lot of play in that thing. And it kind of makes it difficult to put into a removable pan because it sticks out the side like an inch past it. And it's a hard wired cable. So
Almost
I'm figuring
like
that out now. But I think I got it all figured out. So
almost like a throttle cable type deal.
yeah, it's right here. See how that is?
Oh, yeah.
It's small little like 1/16 stand, but this cable pulls out and it hooks into the bottom of the pump. Then when you turn that switch, it basically just pulls through there. It's just like a steering cable, a little miniature steering cable.
It reminds me of like handbrakes on a bicycle.
Yeah, it's very similar
like
to that.
like a
It's
BMX.
the same type of deal.
Yeah.
But they're hard cables. You can't bend them tight 90s, so kind of had to manipulate some things in there. But
Dude, that
it's gonna
lime
be sick.
green is off the hook. Didn't mean to cut you off, but that lime green, I was like, dang.
Oh yeah, it is, man. It's freaking crazy, man. Especially with this paint job. I mean, the paint job on here is pimping.
Yeah. Dude, and we already know, me and Chad know what the turf's going to look like. Nobody else knows yet, but it's going to be insane, dude. It's going to be insane.
It's gonna be really wild.
Yeah.
The boat is gonna pop.
Yeah. Yeah, so this
it's
is a
dope.
customer's boat, right? This is not your personal boat. This is one you're building for a customer, correct?
Yeah. This the customer in this boat, his name is Tom, and he's a good dude, and he's like a helicopter pilot in the military, and that's kind of where his theme came from with the whole Project X. But we got approved today for the wrap, and we're tweaking it a little bit, but the wrap is really going to bring it all together.
Dude, I don't know about you or you, Chad, either, but if I was building a boat for a helicopter pilot, I'd be a little nervous. Like, dude, this dude is like a helicopter pilot. And, like, I don't know if my work would be up to his standards. I know Matt's is. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I would be nervous about that project, but I mean,
He's in good hands. Don't worry.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
You just gotta be. They're just meticulous about their equipment. That's all.
That's what
I get
I'm
what
saying.
I get what you're trying to say.
He went to the best. He went to the best.
So he went to the best.
So you notice that, like, because I have seen on other boats, so I've been watching an insane amount of 10 boat builds, of course, because I'm redoing mine. And I've seen where, like, guys take, like, a plastic tote and put it, and then, like, frame around it, and that's how you see, that's all tin, all welded.
Yeah, no, these live wells are all aluminum insulated.
No plastic tote from Home Depot.
Nah, that ain't gonna hold up.
Right, I've seen that though. I've seen like they take a plastic tote and they rivet it to some like L channel and put it up there.
Poor
like, man, I
bass.
don't do that. That don't seem right. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't fit. But as you can see, Matt, it's all aluminum, dude. Insane.
I'm gonna try to see if I still got service. I'm gonna walk next door.
No, yeah, we can see.
It's turf.
So, dude, I was thinking about it on mine, and I was like, I guess. Well, I don't want to ask you a bunch of questions while we're on the air about how not to screw mine up, but I'll call you. Now, I was going to take like the channel and put it on the floor and like around, and I already have it around the top of the hatches that you built. I was going to put the L channel or angle aluminum or whatever you would call it around the
Yeah.
bottom, and just put like aluminum sheets in there on the corners too, of course, and then on the bottom. That would work, right? It's better
Yeah,
than
you
a
can put it on the
plastic
bottom.
coat. Man. Dude, I thought about using that PVC wood. How come nobody uses the PVC, like the vinyl
In my
wood?
new house.
Oh, you at the new
Oh,
house.
sick.
Look,
Oh,
man, I'm
nice,
asking
man.
you.
Hell yeah.
Turn the lights on.
At the new crib. Might take you a minute to find the lights.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-uh.
yeah. The
I've
new
been
shop.
working over here for years, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
There's a Neptune.
Oh, there it is.
Thing is dope, man.
That thing
Somebody's
is
gonna get a
sweet.
sweet rig, man. I really hate to sell this thing, but I mean, it is what it is, man.
You
Is
said
the motor gas or it's gas, right? Because I think I remember seeing a gas tank back there.
Yeah, it's one of the 99 Daihatsus with the 20 horsepower ECU upgrades on them.
you said it's rated for like a
Sick
40?
motor. I mean, you could definitely put a 40 or even a 60. It's got a power tilt and trim and electric start on it. It's a dope motor.
And a power pole. I've seen that on the video earlier today.
Yeah, it's got the 8-foot micro anchor power pole. The thing's actually really cool, man. I mean, I like the fact that you don't use this thing all the time. At least I wouldn't. When I wanted to use it, you have the ability to put the pole in there. It's not like sticking up in your way all the time, you know?
Hold on one second, Matt. Paul, I don't know what's going on, dude. You joined in, but like something's going on with the
I
mic.
muted him until he gets his
All right.
camera
So
together.
Matt, also, this I thought was really cool. This may not even be a point.
Chris, he's selling it. He's selling it for 20.
Dude,
20
Yeah,
grand.
negotiable.
If you haven't gone to Trick Tins and looked at any of the videos from Matt on this King Neptune boat, it's got 8-foot rod locker in the center, right?
That's what I was getting to.
Yep.
This is the really cool part.
There he is. We got Paul in here.
The micro power pole fits in
how
the
do I-
coffin style rod locker. You can store it in
Yeah,
there.
it's right here.
I saw that earlier, which is really cool.
What the
So
hell?
you can store the power pole right there.
Yeah, that's the cool thing I like about using that micro anchor is because you don't have to have like a gigantic power pole sticking up off the back of your boat that your backseat boater can fish without it being in the way. And that thing, you can put it in there when you need it, and if you don't, you store it in here. I mean, the big power poles are cool too, but I mean, for a 15-foot John boat, I think that thing's pretty dope. You probably don't need more than that on a John boat. I mean,
No, Chris, that is not
trying
a
to-
beater John boat.
Oh hell no!
yeah.
I see Paul. What's up, Paul? I think Chad might still have you muted,
I'm
so-
trying to get him unmuted here. Like I click on it and it literally doesn't give me the option to unmute him after I muted him.
You know how Chad does.
I muted myself because my audio is all jacked up.
It's still a little jacked up.
Oh, that's
What's up,
weird.
Paul? Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, between that live well and this live well and that rod locker, I mean, it's a sick boat, man.
Hell
I mean,
yeah,
those two things alone really set it off. But it's got 10 other hatches in here and storage and stuff. But I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of the turf that we're using.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go upstairs right quick.
Here we go. This
Me and
is
Chad-
the final
Chad's already got it.
countdown.
This is the cool thing about this house too. Above my 2-car detached garage, my workshop,
Has
I have
apartment.
this fully furnished apartment studio up here.
Yeah, you also have all the turf for Project X laying on the floor because I see it, dude.
I have about 100 pieces of turf.
Dang. Oh, that's badass.
It's crazy, man.
That shit is gonna look so good on that boat.
We kind of seen like the
It's
Yeah,
a game changer.
we seen like the layout, like how it's gonna look. Me and you, Chad. So we kind of already know. Yeah.
Let me go to speaker view real quick. What's together mode? Oh, never mind. Let me go to speaker
I don't know.
view.
We lost Paul somehow too, as well.
As soon as Matt talks, it'll bring Matt onto the full screen.
So I have so much pieces of this turf, man. I was kind of underestimating how many pieces were going to come with it. I mean, you can see there's so many pieces, dude. There's like 25 pieces over here. And then I got all the pieces on the table, the floor. they're on the couch. Like, I thought that getting this CNC cut turf was gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't have to cut anything. I'll just stick it all down. But it's like a whole jigsaw puzzle in itself. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot
dude.
more involved than I was thinking.
If people have not watched the video, like the guy goes there and they have like this machine with like this string on it, and like I don't know, it looked like a pencil, dude. And they like
Yeah,
they scan the whole entire
this
boat,
stuff
like
is sick though.
every little thing. They scan it and then they pre-cut it, and send it to you. Like I think Matt didn't even have to come. They had to come back scan it a second time to make sure they had everything correctly, right? Because some of the 3D stuff.
Yeah, we scanned it 3 times because, like, if you look at this piece, this is like the back corner panel, the farthest place of the boat, and this is where he's gonna have. This one's for like this nav light, rear nav light, and that's for a flip up anchor cleat, and then it drops down to the deck height, which is where this will be. But then you have these other filler pieces. I don't even know where all this shit's at, but there's pieces that are going to go vertically on the wall too, along the sides. Then you have the drop down pieces, like this piece right here. This piece will stand up vertically, from this piece on the top down, and that's going to have like his switch panel and stuff in there. It's just crazy, man. There's so many fucking pieces of this stuff.
Let me ask you a question, Matt. When you put turf, just regular turf, like cut grew turf or just camo turf or something on a
Hey, Scott.
on a John boat, do you usually do the sides up to the gunnel or or do you just usually
I try
paint
to
that?
if I have enough.
Yeah, so it's better to do it that way.
I mean, yeah, it'll make it look better. I mean,
Right.
I think the turf looks better than the way I can paint, at least.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I think I have enough turf, and I was curious, like, should I just leave that painted or should I put turf on mine like that? 'Cause I got the cut groove, as you know. And
Yeah.
the only reason I know is because I watched your video. That's one of the hardest turfs to like. Everything's got to line up and everything. Which I can
Yeah.
handle that, but then I'm like, should I put it on the sides because it's running this way, and then I put it on the sides, you know.
I love this color right here. This thing is sick.
Dude, the lime green, dude. I used to
It
have
pops. It definitely really pops.
I used to have a Kawasaki 600, and I had the lime green, and it was my favorite bike I ever had. Till I got a CB.
You see how they did
1000
this?
to that. Hey, Paul, can we hear Paul?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, there it is. Way better.
I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Look at this. So this, obviously, this is a hole cut out for a handle. This is going on a hatch. But you see how that turf in the center is chopped down like that into that like diamond square pattern? That is called ghosting. And that really changes the whole look of it. I think that's really dope, man. It changes it from like a smooth pattern to a whole diamond pattern. And I don't know. I'm excited about that. It makes it look really sick. And the whole pattern flows throughout the whole thing. So
it like laser shaves the foam down. Like, because the foam's like what, like 1/4 inch foam? So what, it takes like 1/8 off of the foam?
Yeah, both of them are like 3 millimeters, and then they're double stacked, so it's 6 millimeters total. But this top one is like a smoke gray, and then they get it down so close you can almost kind of see the lighter gray coming through it, and that's what gives it that effect. It's
big
called
time.
ghosting. We start doing that with the turf, but
that's wild.
It takes a pretty precise machine to cut a piece like that, you know?
Oh yeah,
it's like 3D.
Yeah, it's sick, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to put this stuff in there.
The stuff they're gonna have in the future is gonna be wild.
In the boat. It's just gonna be mind blowing, man. Like, this build is probably gonna be the in my opinion, it's got to be the best John boat that like anybody's ever built. I mean, honestly.
I feel that way about the Neptune right now, though. Honestly, I feel like the Neptune is like the gnarliest boat ever. Like John boat build
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, it probably is, because this one's not done yet. Neptune is sweet, man. I love Neptune, and I put everything I had into it and everything that I knew at the time. I was thinking about keeping it and putting some of the same turf into it, but it's not in the cards for me, man. things got to move. I
Hey,
don't get this shop to work out of if I keep this boat, basically.
So I said, I told everybody on here earlier, I said the Neptune's for sale. I said it for $20,000. I said this John boat is worth every single penny that you're getting for it. The amount of labor, work, design, everything about it
When I
is just,
originally
you know,
built the
it.
boat, I was a little over 35 grand into it as far as the build itself goes. So yeah, it's worth
Wow.
it. I mean, it's been used by Matt Streichel for, you know, a little over 2 years, but everything worked in it perfectly fine when I got it back from him. I just fixed up a couple electrical connectors and put some new ends on them when I put the new lithium batteries into it. But it's got 3 new batteries, and I don't know, man. I mean, I don't want to get rid of the thing. Like, if it was up to me, I'd keep it forever. But
yeah, we know how that
it's
goes
gonna make somebody a
sometimes.
sweet ass rig.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, when you built Neptune, you was out to like I'm gonna show people like how it's done. Like you was out to prove like this is
Yeah,
how you
I mean
build a
that
John
was
boat.
kind of the whole like statement build
Mhm.
to, you know,
That's
introduce
pretty cool.
myself to social media world. I've been building boats for a while, but that Neptune build was kind of the one that I went all out on to really
Right.
make a statement and show people who I am, what I'm doing.
And show people you're legit. Like, look, man,
100% the
this is
one
what I
that
do.
puts you on the map, like
Right.
big time
Yeah.
on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's a good boat, man. That's a real good boat. Unfortunately, Riverboat Rob ain't got no money, or I'd buy it.
I mean, like the original idea for it was to, you know, auction it off or something, but that just wasn't in the cards for it.
Right, because you're in the middle of transferring houses, and we all know, like you know how shit is. So, yeah,
Oh
man,
yeah.
man, that's a badass boat, dude. I still like what boggles my mind is it's almost like every week you're building a boat, dude. Like I don't know how. Like every time, like every week somebody's bringing you a boat. Like you just did that little, what was it, a 14 foot? The little
Yeah,
one
the 1448.
with a
And
center.
I mean, I shouldn't even have done that, but I need the money, man. So it's like, you know, I can do the
Man,
metal work. I can do the metal work quick when it comes down to the internals as far as the wiring and all the electronics and the finish work. And that's the stuff that takes forever, you know. Like I can build a boat, especially if I got Austin helping me. I mean, we can put a whole boat together in a couple days, but
I
all
watched a
that finish work, that's the stuff that's so time consuming, man.
I watched a video, dude, that y'all knocked that right out. I think it's badass, dude. Like, I'd be jumping that boat all through the backwaters. Like, have you seen it?
Yeah,
Have you put a jet motor on that, dude? It's done. It's over. Uh,
it's a sweet boat, man. I mean, the guy's he's got money. He's putting it into it, so it'll be back. But I gotta finish Project X before I can do anything else. So I'm like 100% focused on Project X and getting this thing done and out of here, so I can move on, get on to something else. So,
when can we look forward to the video of the turf getting installed?
uh, it might be probably not this upcoming week, but the following week. I'm gonna have a video dropping to get us up to the point of all the hatches and everything installed, all the electrical done, and that's probably gonna drop next week. And then the following week will be the turf install because I actually got to install the shit before I can show people that it's installed. So that takes a lot of time, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Plus,
My videos usually drop at least 3 to 7 days behind time frame of when I actually did the job.
right, of course. And you got editing you got to do and everything, which
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
all
it takes a
know.
while. Even after you're
Yeah.
done, it's like, you got to sit down for a couple hours and put it all together and tell a story with it. So,
Social media
Yeah.
is a second full time job.
Yes, it is.
oh my God, you're telling me.
Yeah, YouTube's a full time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it from a guy who's been slacking and hasn't posted anything in a while because just ain't had the time. Yeah. Yeah, if you just stop on social media for like a week or two, people forget who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
happens.
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to run, guys. I just want to highlight y'all for a minute. And if anybody's interested in King Neptune, even if it's just a finder's fee, I will pay $500 for somebody that sends me a seller or a buyer that will pay full price. And if I got to negotiate, I'll still send you guys $100 just for sending me somebody that is interested in the boat and actually buys it. So
Oh yeah,
I'll put it
100%.
We will we'll post it up there for you, man. We appreciate you joining the show, and we hope to talk to you again real soon.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good night.
See you,
All
Matt.
right, Matt. Hey, thank you, man. I'm gonna call you. I'll call you.
See you, Matt.
All right, man. And Chadley.
Paulie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's
Oh,
going on,
Paul effing batteries. You want to talk about a lot to
So
talk about?
yeah, I mean, hold up real quick.
It's got a
We're-
Star Wars coffee cup.
We're
dude.
we're getting late, a little bit later into the night here, being Wednesday night. But one thing I do want to say, wow, oh, that is a Star Wars coffee cup. I like that.
I know. I saw.
One thing I do want to get into is the Texas trip really quick, because we haven't really gotten any nitty gritty on the Texas trip. You haven't been back on the show since then, so.
No, so we got back at 6:30 Sunday morning. We drove straight through. We drove straight through down and straight through back. The trip down was definitely a lot better than the trip back.
How many hours, Paul? Is the drive?
About 23
Oh,
counties for lunch.
Damn, dude.
God, dude, that hurts my legs just thinking about it.
Yeah, we made like one like real stop and grabbed some barbecue in Mississippi.
So you drove straight and just stopped one time?
Well, other than for gas, obviously.
Well, yeah, you got to stop for gas. But
Gas. Take a pee on
you
the side of the
you didn't
road.
like stop and stay at a hotel and then the next morning.
No, we drove straight through. So we left my house at 9:30 p.m. On Wednesday, and we got to the hotel on Fork at like 6:45. So it was a little bit of a haul, but gosh, what a freaking phenomenal time. Especially Fork. Fork was ridiculous. For never being to a lake before, we fished it for 2 days. We had about 24 pounds for our best five both days. First day, I caught a 7.12. Second day, Tom caught a 6.5. They were spawning all over the place. It was freaking crazy.
Were you sight fishing?
So we did a lot of sight fishing the second day on Fork. The first day we were fishing some staging areas outside of spawning pockets, and that's where I caught the 7. Was just off a roadbed actually.
What bait?
Chatterbait.
Dude, I told Chad while you were gone, I was like, Paul's going to catch. I'm surprised he only sent this picture a 7-pounder, because tomorrow he's catching a 12-pounder.
I definitely,
the weather didn't cooperate.
I mean, not trying to be like negative or anything, but I was convinced you were definitely catching a double when you were down there.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, we were hoping for it. There was the biggest fish that we saw weighed in the tournament was 9.5. There were some big fish caught in the tournament. It was just we hit Rayburn at kind of like an off time. They spawned real hard the weekend before the tournament. So it was kind of like an in-between transition period where some fish were moving back out and some fish were moving up. Had opportunities at a pretty good bag on the first day, but I couldn't keep them pinned. I should have had 15, 16 pounds on the first day, which would have put me like right at the top on the rider side, but
that's what we figured.
It was tough. I mean, I lost 4 good fish. 2 of them were over 4, all rattle traps. So, it's one of those things. Like I just couldn't keep them. Just couldn't keep them hooked.
Were you straight retrieve or yo-yoing?
How deep did you say you were?
So in the tournament, I ended up fishing pretty shallow. We were fishing shallow grass in like 7 to 3 feet, 3 to 7, however you want to put it. But we fished as deep as 27, 30 in some of the areas. And we caught fish out of it. We've caught fish out of those deeper areas. Second day of the tournament, I caught 2 of my keepers out of like 17 on Carolina rig. I did a lot of Carolina rigging last week.
You sold me on the Carolina rig, dude. I'm a Carolina rigging fan now.
I caught I caught the majority of my deep fish throughout the week on Rayburn on a Carolina rig. Um,
What a
I've
lot of people
probably
don't know is
deep fish.
I never threw a Carolina rig. Really wasn't a big fan of it. Paul put me onto it when we was at Lake Anna. He was like, "Dude, you never threw a Carolina rig?" And he started catching them on it. And when I never even told you, Paul, was after that I started throwing a Carolina rig.
I love me,
Uh,
love me a Carolina rig, man.
You
That's
influenced me, dude. You
that's what
influenced
it's
me on the
exclusive.
Carolina rig, dude. And I have learned a lot. Now I won't give up too much juice, but the Carolina rig can teach you a lot of things.
It'll teach you a lot about what's under the water.
Thank you.
You know, if you
You
don't
said
have
it. That's enough
you
said,
know,
Paul. That's enough
for a
said. You
lot of
said
the
enough.
fishing for a lot of the fishing that we do, or for just like the average fisherman who doesn't have all of the electronics and things like that, Carolina rig is the best way to figure out what your bottom composition is.
Yeah,
It,
you said
it
exactly what I
instantly
was not trying to say.
off bottom, anything. You just got to put a heavy enough weight on it.
I've
He,
never used a
ev-
Carolina rig.
don't. Well, everything Paul said is false right now.
But I
Yeah.
also get
Nah,
on here and
it's
talk
it's
about
hundred
bass
percent
fishing
not.
every single week, and I've also never thrown a drop shot. So
Well, Paul told
I
me.
caught fish on a drop shot last week too.
Is half my screen like frozen on your end, or is it just my end?
No, it's on our end.
Yeah.
no, it's frozen half of it on our end too.
Paul
So
Paul
That's a GoPro thing. Just lean to the left side. You're good.
let me no to be 100% honest, and yeah, Paul did put me on the Carolina rig, and I didn't even let him know like I was impressed. I was just like, yeah, whatever. But then I did start throwing it, and thank you, Paul. That's all I can say. That's all I'm saying. I
Carolina rig is something that I use pretty frequently.
I know, and been fishing with you before, and
Mostly with when I'm fishing in the deeper water. I don't use it a lot shallow. Some people do, um, but it's kind of what I kind of use it as my search bait in deep when I'm fishing anything over like 5-6 feet. Once you get into like 7, 8 and up, I use Carolina rig a lot.
mhm.
It's just a good shirt. It's a good search bait. You can fish it relatively. It's a slow presentation, but you can fish it relatively fast. So you can cover a lot of water with it. It's not like dragging a Texas rig. Like dragging a Texas rig, you're fishing it real slow, and that Carolina rig, you're just you're
Uh,
just steady dragging.
You got the
Um,
big egg sinker on there, a lot more weight than the Texas rig.
yeah, I usually run 3/4 ounce on pretty much all my Carolina rigs. Um, if I'm fishing it shallow, I'll run a half, but for the most part, I run a 3/4 ounce. Um, Other than that, a lot of the fishing we ended up doing on Rayburn was like fishing back home. We fished a lot of shallow grass, um, and it was fun. Throwing traps and chatterbaits and your typical grass stuff.
No top water, too early.
Uh, we got a couple top water bites. One of the guys from Delaware on the second day, like he caught his entire limit on a horny toad. So
Wow.
there was some top water. There was definitely some top water action.
did you throw any big glides?
I did. I actually, when we went to Toledo on Friday, so since neither one of us made the final day, we decided, well, while we're here, we're going to Toledo Bend, and I threw a glide bait for hours,
What
and
what glide bait?
uh, Spro KGB. Yeah, did not get a bite on that, but that's probably because they were spawning like crazy, so might not have been the exact best time to throw it.
I mean, you throw that up on one of their beds and piss them off,
The big ones weren't on the bed yet.
right?
All the fish that we saw on beds at Toledo were all bucks.
Well,
Same with Rayburn.
it's
Oh,
definitely not a every time bait, that's for sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you
I see.
guys a question from a flipper perspective and not a swim bait guy. The KBG the Chad that Paul's talking about. How you retrieve that usually? Straight retrieve it, or do you do the and let it?
So
What's the best way?
I personally chop my handle.
Like
I don't. A lot of people will do like a straight retrieve. I'll do like a half. I'll do a half turn, half
So actually,
turn,
which will make it go like
after,
this,
which
right?
kind of it helps it kind of glide out a little wider, and then bring it back. And but different variances at different times matter. So like at a slow time, that variance is decent, but then there's other times where just doing a chop, 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 and just chop, 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 chop,
so one of the
chop, chop,
things that
chop, chop.
I learned while I was down there, yeah, and putting a little bit of time into fishing it is, um, I can work a glide bait a lot better using the rod than I can with the reel.
Mm-hmm.
Like a jerk bait?
So not
Ex-
necessarily like a jerk bait, but
Similar.
if you twitch the rod, it's basically the same as doing that chop. So if you just go like this with a rod, it'll just shoot off to the side, just like if you did a chop on the handle. And you keep better line contact with the bait versus the chop, where you give the chop and then it throws that slack in the line. If you do like a slow like tap with like it's a very like slowed down jerk bait type thing. You keep better line contact with it, so you keep better feel on the bait. You can really feel what it's doing a lot better using that rod action. And that was something that I actually picked up from watching like Milliken's videos,
Mm-hmm.
watching how he works it. And he works his baits a lot more with the rod than he does with the reel. So I started playing around with that, and
They use both methods a lot of times. They
oh,
use reel chops and they use rod tips, and I find that a lot of times they use a rod tip method when they're trying to keep the bait closer in a strike zone.
so I could actually get a wider glide using the rod tip method than I could with a chop. Um, But if I wanted like that fast, with that like fast action, then like the rod tip method just doesn't work as well. Then then the chopping with the reel definitely works a lot better.
So,
Plus,
Chris,
I could keep deeper with the rod, working with the rod tip, which was kind of fishing a lot of deeper water than we fish around here.
Chris Goff is. Did you see the Fish Everything post from Victor Depp over Easter weekend with the 7-7 and the 8-8 that was caught?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, man. So Chris was with Victor, and he says the retrieve depends a lot on your gear ratio, more so the line pickup. He says I fish them like a jerkbait a lot. Chop, chop, pause, chop, pause, chop, pause. If you can catch them on a jerkbait, they will eat a glide bait.
Some good info right there, because I'm a glide bait dummy.
Great. That's great information. And they do say from a lot of people, if you listen to guys like Ben Milliken, if you listen to Chris Zaldane, if you go back, you listen to some of Oliver Nye's stuff, a lot of these glide baits are referred to giant jerk baits in the way that you kind of use them at different cadences.
Right, kind of like Paul was saying. You're working with the rod. It's not only because I like throw one out and I'm like, okay, so you do like half a reel, half. I'm an idiot when it comes to I've been flipping my whole damn life, and like I don't know, it just doesn't like, and I'm like I ain't doing something right. You know what I mean?
The slack that you have in the line has a lot to do with the action too. When
Makes sense.
the drops. So like if you don't take up, like if you just chop the handle without taking up the slack first, it doesn't do anything. You have to,
of course, yeah, that makes sense.
That line tension, which is one of the reasons that I found it a little bit easier to work it with the rod tip, because you always have that line tension,
like a walking bait.
Avoiding sometimes a roll can trigger a bite, but I have also noticed that rod tipping, I'm calling it rod tipping. Rod tipping or using the rod. I roll my baits sometimes when I do that.
Yeah, I was working it slow enough. I mean, the bite was pretty slow, so I was kind of keeping it slow. Like when I wanted to work it fast, I just used a reel. So I didn't have an issue with the rolling, but I know exactly what you mean.
Dude, as you guys know, I'll try to fish one for like 5 minutes and then I'm picking up my jig or a spinner bait and going at it. But I tried to throw the mag draft, which I know is not a glide bait, but that if I reeled it to, it would like roll over. Like I had a lot of trouble retrieving it and keeping it.
You're
Like
fishing it too fast.
yeah, I was fishing it like too fast or.
Mag draft is just real slow. Um, I threw an 8-inch mag draft a bit down there too.
Did you? Any luck on the mag drive?
No, I was trying
You
to
should throw that Cristal Dane Guggen version of it. Doesn't
I
even?
was trying to get that double digit on fork, so I threw the 8-inch mag draft for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Went to a really cool tackle store down there. I don't know if either one of you guys have ever heard of Tackle Addict.
Yes,
No,
I have.
I never have.
Tackle Addict is owned by Brandon Belt and Brian Robinson, professional baseball player and former professional football player.
Oh wow.
It was within walking distance of the hotel in Rayburn. Dude, they had so much. That's where that picture of that mother chaser that I sent you came from.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they had a ton of JDM stuff in there. I didn't even know they made 10-inch mag drafts.
Oh yeah.
They make a 10-inch mag draft.
Yes, sir.
So big.
You gotta have a saltwater like
They-
rod and reel.
They had a lot of stuff like that in there. Full line of G-Crack. Everything that you can imagine in there. It was a really good
G-Crack.
large,
Never heard of it, dude.
tackle store. Really cool shop. Glad I got to stop in there. Had to stop in and pick up a few necessities that I may have lost during practice.
So since you mentioned the name, did you get any bellows? That's about most as deep as I want to dive into. Yep, he did. Don't pull him out, dude. I just was wondering, did you pick up some bellows?
I think I gave him the Chad.
Oh, you gave him the Chad.
Yeah.
What the gill or the?
Oh, I got him. The bellows go.
Okay. I got.
I always bought some bellows Shad. I always bought some bellows Shad while I was down there.
Before we get off the swim baits, Chris has another really good comment that I want to put up here for anybody that's looking to get into glide baits. You can start with a bright glide bait. Start with a bright color or get a glide bait and put a tracking sticker on the glide bait. You start with a bright colored glide bait, then you can watch it and you can see what the bait is doing. You can see how it reacts to your twitches and to your cadence. Once you understand how the bait works, you can start to fish it deeper because that gives you confidence to understand how the bait works when you cannot see the bait.
Oh God! If I don't hook myself, this is
Or
the one that.
once you know the feel, as he says, once you get the cadence down with your reel, once you know the feel, you'll be able to do it deeper and further than when you cannot see the bait. So definitely big tips, and I totally agree with that. Learning the cadence and learning how a bait works visually so that you can visualize what that bait is doing confidently in a water column that you cannot see is very important when you're fishing a glide bait or swim bait in general.
Or just flipping a jig or any other bait. Honestly,
I will agree with that. Yeah, for real.
But okay, so you know what this is. I know you guys know what this is, and I'm sure Chris does too. But that's good to start out with, right? For a new glide baiter.
That's
experienced fisherman.
That's the go-to.
Experienced fisherman, but not really like a glide baiter. But I want to catch one on a big glide bait so bad, dude. It's like I want to, I just can't commit to it half the time because I'm like I know I can do what I do.
I got spoiled. The first day that I threw a Chad Shad, I caught a fish on it.
That's what I want to do, man. I'm just gonna have to throw everything else aside. I heard, I think it was, I forget who it was, but somebody was like, if you really want to get confidence in like a glide bait, don't take anything else on the boat with you.
That's the same. That goes for any bait. Any technique. If you want to learn a technique, if you want to learn Carolina rig, you want to learn drop shot, you want to learn, spinner baits, chatter baits, just go out and throw that. Don't take anything else with you. Just go out and throw that technique. And that's the best way to learn any technique. Because if you don't have confidence nobody has confidence in a new technique. So
until you catch them on it.
Right. So if you go out there and you have all your other stuff with you, you're going to go back, after 2 hours, you're going to go back and I ain't got a bite in 2 hours. Let me grab that chatterbait, or whatever your confidence bait is,
Right.
and you're going to start throwing that, whether it might be a jig, creature bait, or something, something like that. So, the best way to learn any technique is to just only fish that. That's
Right.
the best way.
Commit.
Yeah, you have to commit. When I wanted to learn, this was 10, 12.
If you're
years ago.
watching, like and share the post.
Wanted to learn how to use a drop shot. I'd never used a drop shot before. So, me and my buddy, we literally just took 2 spinning rods a piece and nothing but drop shots and went to Conowingo.
I'm an old man stuck in my old ways is my problem, dude.
So
I pick up that flipping rod 5 seconds after I get a bite. Flipping rod coming out, man.
And that's not just an old person problem. That's I say that old person.
Why you call me old, Paul? Man, come on, man. Thought we was friends. No, I'm just playing, dude.
That's a problem that a lot of people have. Is not a lot of people are willing to go out and not get bit. And you have to be willing to go out and not get bit to learn new techniques and really, make yourself a more well-rounded angler. If you go out and, you throw a drop shot, all day, one, you're probably going to get bit because it's a drop shot, right? But once you start getting those bites on it, you start building the confidence with it. It may take you 2 trips, but you can't be afraid to go out and not get bit if you want to learn a new technique. That's something that's hard for a lot of people because a lot of people don't have, they have a limited amount of time to fish, and they just want to, you want to go out and you want to enjoy yourself and catch some fish, right? So it's really hard to get into that mindset of, I might go out today and not get a single bite. But to really learn new techniques and get good at new techniques, you have to be willing to put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, I get it 100% because people ask me about flipping all the time. Trying to teach somebody how to flip is the hardest because it takes a lot of patience.
Is that a FBF or a FBD hat? You got the FBD hat on there, Paul?
TBF.
Oh, TBF. I thought that was a fishing boat docks hat right there.
No, it's the Boy Duckett colors. Fishing boat docks with Boy Duckett, man. That's what we do.
Well,
You don't ask Paul about that because I know Paul is a very big Luke Duncan fan, and I like Luke as well.
I'm a big James fan too.
Let's see. And Chris says
Luke is on James' side, and then you got the guy from Florida Fishing Radio.
Oh,
yeah, Steve or whatever the hell his name is. But him and Luke are going at it. I'm a giant James Watson, worldwide Watson, man. Come on.
So the thing about that whole situation, and not to repeat what Luke Duncan said, but he was 100% right. If every person in that organization should be worried about that ban because it's basically telling you that you cannot say what's on your mind.
So I was telling Chad earlier that the guy that ran over the other boat at the Toyota series and the guys that ran when they were supposed, they got less of a fine. They got suspended for 1 year. Watson got suspended for 2. All he did was say something about them.
To be fair, they were a little unclear about that in their official statement. So not condoning MLF, but they said that it was like an indefinite type suspension for those guys. They worded it like until at least the end of the year. So like they left the
maximum sentence out of it.
Right, they left the clause out of it. Like it could be more.
They didn't leave it out of the James Watson situation.
And that's the messed up part because it doesn't matter if you have the best run organization in the world, you're going to receive criticism from people. And if you can't take criticism, like you probably shouldn't be in that position. Because the way that they're running that right now is just, there's a lot of people I really admire in MLF. Not Boy Duckett. He is definitely not.
You're a
It
Boyd
is
Duckett
one of
fan,
those
ain't
people
you,
is
man?
not Boyd Duckett.
But
Paul,
the
man, Paul and Boyd Duckett talk all the time on the phone, man. I heard him on the phone like, "Hey, Boyd." No, I'm just kidding.
I just think it's sad because you can't they're telling you can't you can't speak your mind or your
Freedom of speech, man.
and it's not like he didn't break he wasn't breaking any rules. He really didn't he never even talked bad about MLF.
Just Boyd,
Just
basically.
right. So egos are
That
getting
says
in the
all you
way.
need to know.
Well, he did on Luke Duncan's. Man, I
Right,
don't
but
even
he
want to
got
get into
fined.
that. When he got fined,
He got fined for that. Like there
a
was
couple other people came up.
and after that punishment, he was he toned it down and
Clean slate,
right. So
paid the fine,
that's,
moved on.
how about that Brian New stuff? You talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we did,
We did.
dude. Yeah,
We
like I
did.
kind of lean like I like Brian New a lot, but I
I
kind of lean more towards Andrew Upshaw.
I'm telling you that
That was petty.
that was a dirtbag move.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
exactly what I said. That was
I
so
agree.
unsportsmanlike. I was like, I fully agree with everything he got.
I agree, but I'm just saying I like him as an angler. I can't believe he did that. Like you know what I mean? It's like I like you, Paul, and if you did something like
right because
yeah, like I can't believe Paul did that. So no.
My main I have two takes from that. One, Brian New's a dirtbag because if it takes
People
a
are
dirtbag
saying.
to do that, and the post that he made afterwards was a dirtbag post.
I thought the post sucked.
That was the dick move, if you ask me.
Two, every single person in those comments that was calling Andrew Upshaw a snitch and talking bad about him, every single one of those people cheat in tournaments, guaranteed. That's my other take on that. If you're complaining about somebody turning someone in for violating rules, you cheat in tournaments.
I looked at it this way, and I listened to.
I disagree with that because I see people violating Thursday nighters, and I don't say anything about it.
I listened to Let's Talk Fish, which
are you going to badmouth somebody who does turn them in?
No, you
no, I don't.
No.
So
and you shouldn't blast it out on Facebook. Look,
that means you cheat in tournaments because you don't want somebody turning you in for doing the same shit.
What I had told Chad earlier, Paul, is like, say Chad sees me doing something I shouldn't be doing, and he turns me in. What a dick move if I go on. I should call Chad like, dude, man, like, you know what I mean? We should talk. Not post on Facebook like Chad's a dick. He turned me in. That was the dick move if you ask me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because I could simply call Chad like, dude, I made a mistake. Like, man, my bad. I'm not mad at you for turning me in. You know, like, I understand. And we could, but not go on Facebook and be like, oh, man, I got fucking disqualified because Chad turned me in. He's a fucking dick. Like, you don't do that. You put it on blast. That's the part I thought was kind of a dick move.
Yeah, no, that's that. And
you made a mistake or whatever, you know.
The people in the comments are either so far up somebody's butt that, like, they just they're looking, they're out there searching for praise, or they want to be relevant, or they cheat in tournaments. Yeah, that's the bottom line. Like, if I did something wrong, like, I would never willingly break a rule in a tournament.
But say you did.
Know that. But if I did and somebody turned me in, like, okay, like, my bad, I did something wrong. That's it. Like, there's no more to it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't go on Facebook and be like, fucking Rob turned me in, and what a fucking dickhead. And,
his own business.
Yeah, you don't do that shit, man. You keep that shit like
it's literally
between y'all.
Bassmaster rules that if you see someone breaking a rule, you are obligated to turn that person in.
Right, because we police our own sport. There's nobody to really out there really watching everything you do.
That's an official rule in Bassmaster that if you see someone breaking the tournament rules, you are obligated to turn them in.
Right, and then what I'm saying is when you're friends or you just know each other, like if I seen Tom over or like somebody breaking a rule, and I turn them in, I would expect them more to come to me and talk to me about it, and we could discuss what happened. I'm not going on Facebook and like blasting them. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll give you a perfect example. I turned someone in at a Thursday nighter. no, 2022, because they ran out of the quarry canal. And I was sitting at the mouth of the quarry canal. I know they ran out of the quarry canal. I brought my fish up to the scales. They were like, somebody turned me in for running the quarry canal. It was me. I turned you in.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Like I watched you run out of the quarry canal. You know it's 6 miles an hour. It doesn't matter that you took. If you didn't come to the 6 mile an hour buoys before you took off, you violated the rules of the tournament.
Right.
I told them straight up, it was me. I did it. I turned you in, and this is why. And I don't have any hard feeling.
Right.
I didn't have any hard feelings. For them. I don't think they're jerks or anything. But you broke the rule of the tournament.
But you didn't go on Facebook. And
I didn't go on Facebook. I went to them directly.
Right.
They brought it up. I wouldn't have said a word to anyone about it if they hadn't brought it up.
And that's my point. That's how you do it.
I'm not going to go on blast them on Facebook, saying that they ran a 6 mile an hour zone. It's in the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Just follow the rules.
That was my point.
You breaking the rules is an unfair advantage. Running the quarry canal is an unfair advantage because the people who are following the rules are losing. It takes to from the mouth of the quarry canal back to the quarry it's a 15-minute idle. Well, it's a 3-minute run.
Yeah.
So you're gaining an advantage by getting extra time to fish or extra time to weigh in, whatever it might be. You're breaking a rule. Right, I don't think you should be banned for it.
My point being, Paul, is though, in a situation like that or any situation, you especially if you know the person, you go talk to that person. You don't go on that. This is where I thought Brian New was wrong. Going on Facebook and putting it out like Andrew Upshaw some kind of dick because he turned me in. That's where I thought Brian New messed up. If he broke a rule,
you're trying to turn the masses against them.
Right, and that's not right there. That's the part I didn't agree with. And then it turns into this big drama and beef. Like if someone broke a rule and you hit them up like man to man and be like, dude, and then they'd be like, man, I made a mistake. Like, like that's how it should be handled. Not on Facebook in front of the whole freaking fishing community everywhere to freaking see. You know what I mean? Did you just text me, dude? Because I just got a text and I saw you.
Chad's getting sleepy.
Oh yeah, Chad is getting asleep. Chad. Chad's getting sleepy. It's time to wrap it up.
Sleepy. Look, the dogs are upset that Paul's not out there in the living room with them.
Oh, dogs are missing Paul. Man, it's always good catching up.
But yeah,
yeah.
Texas was a blast. Me and Tom, Tommy Bavaro. We had a great time down there. We met a lot of people. Got to hang out with Zark. That was cool.
That's who you went with, Tom? I didn't even realize that, dude. I've been so out of it.
That with Tom Bavaro. Hung out with Zark after the second day. That dude is hilarious. He is so funny. You know who Zark is, right? Right, Rob?
No, I don't.
Yeah. I've heard of him.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Wizard?
Yeah.
He was in the tournament also. Super cool dude. Crazy.
With the beard, right?
He hung it. So Chad, you'll appreciate this. He's throwing a hinkle, gets a backlash. He's picking his backlash out. Gets his backlash out. Goes to reel up and goes, "Oh no!" Hinkle on the bottom.
Dude, how much a hinkle? How much does a hinkle go for?
That's $1,000 bait.
Right.
Did he get it back?
He got it back. It took him.
Going swimming for that, dude.
He said it took him 12 minutes. He could just barely, with his arm like this far under the water, hanging over the boat, could just barely touch it, and he worked it for like 12 minutes to get it out.
Dude, what was the water temp there, Paul, when you was down there?
Low to mid 60s. So we saw as high as like 68. But on average, it was like in that 62 to 65 range.
So pretty much post-spawn. I mean, pre-spawn, I'm sorry.
No, dead spawn.
Really? They were in the middle of the spawn?
A huge wave of fish that spawned the weekend before the tournament.
Really?
And there were fish moving up on the beds during the tournament.
Did you guys see real quick before we get off that they make a drop shot wacky hook now? Have you saw this?
What?
It's a
I
drop
know what you're
shot
talking about. Yeah.
a drop shot wacky rig. If that makes sense, I'll send you a link, Paul.
I mean, I throw a wacky rig on a drop shot, but I don't know that I need a specific hook for it.
It's
Well,
like
now
a
you
hook.
do.
It's like a hook. Okay, I'll break it. It's like a jig head and a hook with a screw lock that you screw.
Is that the one that they had the G-crack little thing on the
They may have, dude. I seen it on Fish the Moment.
Yeah,
Fish
I
the
saw them
Moment.
showing that G-crack. It's like the fuzzy dice, except it's a ball. I think they call it the cue ball.
Dude, they said the original fuzzy dice is just living rubber on the jig. So, does that make sense to you? We'll talk about that later, Paul. We're talking about too much information right now, dude. We can't forget about this. Let's go to bed.
I can tell you. Here's the thing that I find with fishing, and like over the years I've learned this. You can tell somebody exactly where to go, exactly what bait to throw. It doesn't mean they're going to catch those fish.
Exactly. The hardest thing in the world to do is catch someone else's fish.
Yeah, 100%.
Find your own fish. They even make a hat that says it. Find your own
I've
fish.
done it. Yeah, how many times have I done it with with you guys and
Anybody
told you, hey, there's fish over here, and I was like, I didn't get a bite.
Yeah.
I know I've told Chad a couple of times.
I'm the number one culprit. I put all my spots out on video and everything. I don't care if somebody fishes them. Like, I don't care. But you're right though.
It'll be a busy couple weeks for me. I'll probably be missing a couple of Friday nights.
Yeah, you said that. You said you might not fish many of the Thursday nighters this year.
Oh no, I'm fishing all the Thursday nighters.
Maybe it was Kevin that said it then. Somebody replied back.
It was Kevin because the key bridge is gone.
You're right. There's no bridge.
I have tournaments. I have one off weekend between now and the end of May.
I'm fishing the solstice with my daughter.
Nice.
But I don't care if we win or not. It's just nice to go out and fish a tournament with my daughter. Very first tournament she's ever fished. She's fished before. She's not an experienced fisherman or anything like that, but she's super excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't care if we win or not. It's just going to be fun to get out there with my daughter and fish.
So, last funny thing about Texas. So, one, I noticed when we were driving from Fork to Rayburn, you pass more bass boats than you do regular cars.
Damn. Toll roads is bass boats.
Cars, there's like, there for, if there's 5 cars, 3 of them have bass boats behind them.
Damn.
And 2, so many people bass fish down there. Even our waitress at the restaurant that was next to the hotel bass fishes.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. That's kind of cool.
She bass fished in high school and fishes like the big bass tournament on Rayburn.
That's pretty cool.
It's insane how much fishing is a part of the culture in those areas down there.
And we thought we had a lot of pressure on our river.
Dude, you nothing.
Right.
Absolutely nothing compared to what's down there.
Wow.
I mean, there's so the Saturday before our tournament, there was a 220 boat team tournament on Rayburn. And that's just a tournament. That's not. There was also a couple of local tournaments out of other ramps. So there were probably 300 plus boats on Rayburn. Now Rayburn's a lot bigger than a lot of
300 boats ain't even fitting in our river. Well, maybe, but it's going to be crowded.
So Rayburn's like the size of it's like 2/3 of the Chesapeake Bay. It's 46 miles long.
And
so
how?
Bay Bridge North is about the size of Rayburn. Toledo is twice that size.
Wow. How about Lake Fork?
Fork's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It was. It's probably, a couple. I want to say it was like Fork's like 30,000 acres or something like that. So it's still a big lake, compared to like what we fish, but much smaller than like Rayburn's 110,000 acres.
Wow. We better let Chad go to bed, dude, because if Chad don't go to bed soon, he's gonna be all grumpy.
I gotta wake up at like 5 in the morning.
Join the club, dude.
Sorry I didn't join earlier. I was on the phone with Big Fish Ron.
Oh, you're good,
Oh,
brother.
good, man. Always a pleasure, Paul, man. We got to get up together soon sometime. I don't think I'm going to make it Friday night. You
Yeah.
guys probably already know that, but
It's all good. Everybody, we will be live. We'll be back on the show Friday night, chilling, killing, getting into some shenanigans. And we hope to see you guys there
crazy.
with some more details possibly on that giveaway. Stay tuned. See you guys Friday.
Hey, peace, brothers. I'll
Peace,
talk to y'all
everybody.
soon.
We are out of here.